efficient solution. Recycling Spacer's choice. So, Adelaide wants me. If I leave town, I'm as good as dead. If I stay. If Adelaide's found a way to feed her people, my life here is ended. Give me a little time to settle my affairs. I'm sure Adelaide will be glad to see the back of me. A couple months ago, I might have put in for a transfer. It's a big... No such thing as an honorable resignation. I don't know. I have always tried to do right by my town.
Look at that. The snake's come back. I never thought I'd see the day that Reed Thompson abandoned it. Suppose it's time our flock made our way. You're vexing to me, you know? Injuring us with one hand, helping us with the other. Here, I'm giving you... You're telling me you did all this just to put me in charge of Edgewater? I might turn that old cannery into a garden. I need some time to gather my personals.
Been eating nothing but salt tuna for a year.
Somebody's been running around town raving about a colony ship. Oh, I'm an actuary. That means I keep tabs on a worker's living expenses. How much it costs to feed, clothe, shelter, bury, and replace your average human worker. Technically, I'm employed by the Spacer's Choice Department of Human Resources. Thanks. I'll see to it. Here. Something for your trouble. Somebody deserving. Silas on account of him being out in the cold. Somebody... Oh, I'm technically... I appreciate...
Somebody's been running around talking... You what? Does it feel good? Betray a man in his final hours? So, you just here...
I used to skip rocks in the river until Constable Reyes ticketed me for unlicensed transporting. I think she was jealous. She don't know how to skip rocks her own self. Okay, gone quiet. Attacking.
Just leave me alone. Go away, Phantom. You're not real. You're not real. Get away from me, Phantom. Shoot. Scram. You can talk? See, Higgins? Of course. Do excuse me. I experience brief flashes of mania during which I am visited by the phantoms of my imagination. Chester D. Higgins. The D stands for definitely not insane. I use it as a reminder. Oh, Higgins has been many things over the years. Sprat Wrangler. I've come a long way for someone who started off as a simple engineer right here in this Jimmy'd opened the vending machines. That lasted a good... Mechanicals lost their bolts. I was on cleaning duty at the time. I specialized in auto mechanicals, drones. Look, I don't want to fall into any trouble with the You know, you remind me of I discovered a flaw. Their hostility levels were hardwired to maximum. Yes, that's exactly it. There's a behavior control terminal in the other room. It should have... Oh, that reminds me. The tail. Definitely start with the tail. If you're feeling Mechanicals lost their bolts. You mean, why did the mechanicals go on I was on cleaning duty at the time. What's he... Well, braised.
Any luck finding one of those manuals? No kid? Look at that! I appreciate... In fact, I put aside something special. Well, don't... Ain't that just ironical? 2 whole data packs. Well, don't keep me in... The geothermal plant? Now that is just in... That's a complete set. All 3... aside from you, Ms. Parvati.
I'm glad we could help, Thomas.
I've been saving something for you. Just a little contraption I found. Adelaide said that? Well, she's... Something must have changed in Edgewater.
Is this your ship? Oh my stars, she is just so handsome! Does she have a name yet? What's her drive model? Oh, gosh. Listen to me babbling. When I was in Edgewater, I dreamed of flying on a real ship, working on a real engine, belonging to a proper... I'm the only decent mechanic Edgewater's got, but... Oh, it's kind of you to say that. I want to ask you something, and you can say no. But... can I come with you? And if you ever need a pair of eyes watching your back... Yes! I mean, thanks. You won't regret this, ma'am. Captain. I can call you Captain now. Ha! I got a captain.
Captain, I have detected that Edgewater... What can I do for you, Captain? Do you know how to install a power regulator? Outstanding, Captain. Your aptitude for engineering will prove invaluable in the event of another catastrophic engine failure. Our engine room is located behind you, across the cargo bay, up the ladders. What can I do for you, Captain? All systems are operating within acceptable parameters. I am prepared to bring the unreliable into low-altitude orbit. This should prove an adequate test of our flight capabilities.
have received a communication request from Dr. Phineas Wells.
Aha, there you are. Hale and hearty, and captain of your own ship. I see you're putting the unreliable to good use. Shame about her former captain. Horrible way to die. How are you feeling, by the way? I lost track of you in that cave back there. Experiencing any, unnatural drippage? Perfectly normal side effect of thawing, I assure you. Oh, that, yes, that's probably permanent. I wouldn't worry about it, though. I'm sure you're fine. What you saw in Emerald Vale is happening all across the colony. Food shortage. The Hope has some of the brightest minds Earth ever sent us. If we can revive the Hope's colonists, they can help us You need to get to Stellar Bay on Monarch. I have contact. Gladys Kelly, lovely woman, runs a cozy little black marketing outfit on the Groundbreaker. She can get you a nav key to land on Stellar Bay. Strictly speaking, Monarch is a moon. Captains don't fly their own ships, you see. Your navigation terminal handles. The board's been confiscating nav keys for Stellar Bay, so... In theory, I suppose you could land. Cascadia is utterly seething with danger. You'd have to be a lunatic to land in Cascadia, and Gladys and I have been doing business for years. Without a skip drive. Look, I admire your optimism, but the sad truth is you're stuck here. None of us are leaving Halcyon alive, so we may as well... Excellent. By the way, I gave Captain Hawthorne a disguise apparatus of my own design. I call it the Holographic Shroud. I'm sure it will prove remarkably useful to you. Marvelous device. I'm quite proud. It has limits. First generation. Very simply, the holographic shroud only stands up to a casual scrutiny. Best used in moderation. Maintain your distance. Act normal. No running, no... Excellent. I'll contact you once you've found a way to get to... And remember, don't trust the board. The board's only interested in filling their own pockets. If we don't put a stop to them, they're going to run this colony to the ground.
Transmission ended. If you are ready to depart, please select a destination on your navigation terminal. Destination reached. The Groundbreaker.
Can we talk? Hey, Captain. I heard that Groundbreaker's got a real good engineer. A lady named Junlei Tennyson? I was thinking that maybe I don't got much experience fixing actual spaceships. I bet you can't... Thanks, Captain. Did you want to talk about...
Just checking your ship's manifest.
Captain. Hey, Captain. Up in space. I never thought I'd be able to say that. That was a good thing you did, Captain. Helping to bring the deserters and Edgewater folks.
That's not the point. This halfwit just knocked out one of my workers.
Yeah, with a tossball stick. I heard you the first time. There weren't any witnesses.
No witnesses. He's... not even denying it.
Jackass had it coming.
Shut it, Felix. You're not making this any better.
You get cute with me again, you...
Hey, no offense, but I don't think this walking salt tuna can's gonna appreciate...
Keep talking, Millstone. Now's not a good...
So, go space.
You must really want a truncheon through your teeth. Do what you want.
Whatever. I had this guy never liked me, always trying to get a rise. He's a Spacer's chosen man, though. So when the Chosen beat my Rangers the other night, my foreman... That's when I broadside... Look, this was a long time coming. Guy thinks he can... Well, former dock worker. Enjoy my freedom. Scrounged together enough... Hey, not for nothing. But I... Captain of the Unreliable. Hey, I don't want to talk your ears off, guessing you got... Oh, not at all. See you around.
Just arrived? Head over to customs. Wheeler needs to process you.
Gonna head to Vera's for whiskey and darts. Maybe not. It's always fucking freezing.
Customs and inspection, right this way! Identification, please. Captain Hawthorne, you said. Let me apologize in advance. I'm about to ruin your day. According to your ship's record, you've been flagged by the board. Your ship will be impounded until such a time as they see fit to lift it.
But we've hardly been out of Edgewater long enough to get in trouble.
Now, hold on. This isn't the end of the world. Probably. Not stuck, per se. You could always throw yourself out the airlock. Of course, then you'd find yourself with an exciting new problem. Access to that information is above my pay grade, and I've turned down 3 promotions, so it stays that way. I shouldn't be mentioning it, but what the hell? This here, impounding your ship, it doesn't happen much. The board knows we don't take kindly to their interfering in our operations. If I had to take a guess as to why, you probably riled up the wrong petty board bureaucrat. A man named Udom Bedford. Not gonna lie, you're in a pickle. But Udom's an interesting guy. Huh. Records show this ain't the first time your ship's been impounded. Oh, and if you're headed that way, would you... Wanda Dorset over in sickbay? Tell her the shipment's not in yet. It's not coming in any time. A handful of sand cleaning units retrofitted for surgery. I don't know much. Is there anything else? He's friendly enough unless you speak ill of the board. Not that he would, being a board. They can't abide an independent township, especially not one they gotta depend on. All their interstellar freighters come through us, and we folks around here will bluster that the board hates our freedom, but really? You sure you didn't? There's no working with the board. They don't share, not bits, people, or resources. You work for them, or you don't work at all. Groundbreaker cooperating now would be tantamount to joining their... It's a delicate balance, right? We could cancel their freighters' docking privileges in retaliation, but where'd that lead us? They got assault cruisers, gunships, and a handful of mining operations at their fingertips. We push them too hard, maybe they decide we'd be better in 10 trillion little pieces. Or they cobble together a new groundbreaker and put us out of business.
The board wouldn't do that. Would they?
It's a tough line to walk, no doubt about that. Yep, Groundbreaker's the only... Seems like every year the board's offices get bigger and their ships take... Sure thing. Most places are on the... I got a preference for the Lost Hope. You need anything else? You let me know. Maybe. Most of the shipping... Two biggest operations are the board. That is, Halcyon. Most of those jobs are... Commandant Sanita might have a couple of folks she needs killed. Bad folks, I mean. Not regular folk. Chief Junlei might have an errand needs running. She's all tied up trying to fix our heat problem.
No kidding? I'd love to get a look at this old girl's innards. I bet they're real twisty and weird. In a good way.
If you're thinking to make full-time jobs on Groundbreaker, Are you pulling... You must be one of them long-haul... Goes like this. Back on Earth, before the crossing, the powers that... A bunch of companies decided to throw in together and form the Halcyon Holdings Corporation. Then buy up the... Groundbreaker was one of the original colony vessels to come over on the crossing. Once everybody'd been de-thawed and dropped dirt side, the original crew of the Groundbreaker... I guess that was the start of... Sitting around drinking whiskey and smoking cigars, yeah, probably. Can't say for... Yep, Groundbreakers seems like... Glad to... They strip the parts from derelict ships and abandon... Sublight gives me the creeps. I've known... They're on the promenade run by a woman named Lily... Relative to the board holdings, they aren't rich, but they... All right. The fence. You'll find her in the rest and go. Be seeing you.
I picked up this weird signal the other day. It was coming from Monarch.
Here we go again. No one...
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story. The board would like to remind spacers and other travelers that passage to Monarch is restricted for your protection.
Rizzo's mock apple cider. A hard cider for a hard life. Rizzo's purpleberry punch. You want a punch? We've got your punch right here.
Sorry about the heat. Chief Dennison will get the radiators. Oh, and it's not the best. Lot of... Heard of it? My orientation aether wave showed that famous Saltuna camp. That's a spacer's choice spirit. So, what can I get you? Some soap? Everyone loves soap. I'm bound to satisfy headgear-related inquiries. You wouldn't... I mean, why, anyone can be a spacer. Oh, I'm having a stellar day. And not just because I'm legally obligated to say so. Almost as stellar as a spacer's choice is affordable. I can see all of the top-quality merchandise in the Spacer's Choice catalog, which is available here at a reasonable price. Spacer's Choice regrets that we don't sell toothpaste at this. Sprite wash, mouthwash. Don't miss out on these deals. You'll find none like them on all of Groundbreaker. Or anywhere. Trouble sleeping? Try the Blast. Add an additional 10% to your purchase today, and at Spacer's Choice, we care about your health and emotion. Even if my contract didn't. Now, are you ready to make Spacer's... damn it. No slogan for... If there are self-made purgatories. Now, if we're done with the chit-chat, I hope you don't mind if I make them... It's fine. Speaking of interest, can I interest you in some quality budget? Anything in it. Have a look.
I know she's in there, Mfuru. You can't get me out of there.
Please don't make a scene, Dr. Fenhill.
I'm sorry. See, Mfuru? We could have avoided all. Let me get one thing straight. Jessie and I are not friends. I just owe her, okay? As for the rest, I'm trying to figure that out. All I know is that she's been here too long, and she's apparently not... You say that... Like I said, I just don't like to... Be my guest. If you know something I don't about...
Ooh, can we rent an upstairs room?
We interrupt your regularly scheduled following story.
Bless my heart. A stranger come knocking on a poor old woman's door. You here for a particular reason? Or did the neighbors tell you how good my sugar cookies are? Those have been the height of illegality since Stellar Bay turned their noses up at the board. You and I could be thrown to the void just for discussing such a transaction. Lucky for us, Groundbreaker's a free port. We're outside of the board. Now, I only have the one nav key, and they're hard to come by these days. Phineas, that old kook. He was real light in the wallet, too. He still owes me a small fortune. Well, I find I'm in need of a ship captain with a little more. Do you know Edna, over in engineering? She sent me a recording of a curious thing is, it came from an outpost called Roseway. Can't say I know for sure.
Comm centers don't operate themselves, Captain. Someone had to have sent that distress call manually.
Those corps are cleverer than all get out. Might have... Edna didn't seem to think so, and I trust the dear girl's judgment. Well, maybe not in men, but she knows her comms. So, and if someone set up shop in Roseway... maybe whatever they're hiding went to heck. If you should find a secret worth selling, might be I could find a buyer. The more we got the corps fighting each other, the less time they got to meddle in our affairs. My goodness, should you find yourself responding to a certain... then we ought to have a chat. Law bless your atoms. Here's a copy of the SOS recording, complete with the coordinates. Don't forget to come find old Gladys when you're done. Might want to acquaint yourself with Junlei Tennyson, Groundbreaker's chief. You'll find her fretting in engineering. Anytime, sweetheart. You know where to find me. Here, take a candy with you.
This is Halcyon.
CNT force pockets can be macrowaved in 2.5 seconds. Force pockets.
XF411s? And an old Yakita 37?
Junlei Tennyson. I'm captain around here, but chief to my friends. Hope you don't mind the formal introduction. Groundbreaker doesn't see many visitors. I heard we had someone in impound. Wish I could help. I gave the bureau... Just so we understand each other, I'm the final word on the ship. The Mardits, the... Good. Don't go making trouble, and so what brings you to Groundbreaker? I'm curious, Interesting. The powers that be paint an ugly picture of Monarch. We see a lot of the same faces coming and going, most of them bored. Groundbreaker's radiators need replacement parts. Only the board has none. Every time I give in to the board isn't helping and my resources are spread thin. If I don't... Reasonable, huh? According to my grandmother's old schematics, the parts we need should be in the back bays. Sorry. The back bays are on a lower deck. Those idiots are immune to reason. If you could find some way to solve this without violence, I'd prefer... You must not have been here long. In Halcyon new part, that means I'd have to negotiate with the board. Damn right. And while I'm captain... I have. Well, I can't afford to lose any Mardits on this job. Nice and pragmatic. Good. What can I do?
What? I didn't think you just...
Parvati, is it? That's a lovely name. What can I do for you?
I was just thinking, I haven't got much experience working with actual, real spaceships, Miss Junlei. Chief Junlei.
Junlei is fine.
Okay. Since you run a whole space station, I was wondering...
I'd be happy to make the time.
Wow, great! I'll do that then. Messages.
Not a problem. Frustrating. Everything down to the circuit boards is past warranty, so Plus, there's no time to train my successor or document fixes in a way that... Sure is. The Tennysons came over on the Groundbreaker. My grandmother, Chief Gayan, kept it together during the cross... I was promoted only recently.
They must have been amazing people.
That means a lot coming from a fellow engineer. It was different knowing that I couldn't turn to anyone who could answer. Maybe you can see why I'm protective of Groundbreaker. This ship is family. It's got...
Oh, gosh.
Don't sell yourself short. It doesn't take a season. We're always thirsting for help. If you could find your way... You've got my... You're right, I don't. I placate them when I have something to offer, but I can also be a real hard-ass. Too much of Groundbreaker's income is flow... You've got...
This is Halcyon.
BNP, I can't believe it's not forced. It's unbelievable how good it is.
What seems to be... If only my other... The records say Miss Doyle checked herself in. She's not my patient. Not without dispensation from Chief Junlei. We don't have... Regrettably, we'd nearly signed a supply agreement with Anti-Cleos. Take...
Can't say I've seen you before. I take it you're a freighter captain? If you're here to better yourself, you'll have... He must be referring to Irion. I'm beginning to wonder if a brave idiot with a penchant... I'd be grateful... Last he told me, he was taking a shortcut by Scylla. You look out, though. Keep hanging around and... What can I... You have yourself a day, then.
Rizzo's knock you out. It's milk chocolate bar with caramel and tea-free nuts in it. It's time for a KYO.
Hey there, you mind stepping back? This charming little ship's been impounded and I'm afraid I can't let you near it till it's not. I'd surely love to, but that's just not my bailiwick. You'll want to have words with our representative here from the board. Gosh, I wouldn't dream of it. Not unless I got to, and I don't see any reason why I'd gotta. Do you?
She's a good ship, ma'am. Mostly doesn't act up at all.
Happy to hear it. I ain't felt so much as a tepid...
Well, it doesn't smell as bad here as Edgewater's graveyard and...
Whew. I'm starting... Have yourself a pleasant day.